Once you have your sprite set up and you're ready to animate, we're going to put a background inside of our stage. To do that, let's first make a new layer. I'm going to click at the bottom down here. I'm going to click on the plus and I'm going to call my layer background. You may have to double click inside to name it. Then I want to make sure my background is all the way underneath at the bottom. This is going to be my background layer. I want to now put in a picture. For the class, we are going to go up to File, Import, Import to Stage. Make sure that you are not inside of a sprite or a movie clip, but it says Scene 1. So File, Import, Import to Stage. In this case, I have this picture here. I click Open. You will see the picture is much bigger than my stage. There's that black outline. So I'm going to zoom out, Command minus. Now I need to resize my picture. So I come up here and I click on the free transform tool. I come down to a corner. If I just start dragging, you can see it messes up the aspect ratio. I don't want to do that. Instead, what I want to do is hold Shift on the keyboard, and when I drag now, it maintains the aspect ratio. That means how wide it is to how tall it is. You're going to move your picture so that it fits inside of that box. So I zoom in some more, Command plus, and I just want to get the part. You do not need the whole thing. Maybe I want that part, maybe I want this part. What you're going to do though is find something that looks like a good background for you to animate. So in this case, I think I will have it be this area here. So I actually want to drag this down so it matches up the top right there. But this is still too much. I need to get rid of the space outside of my stage. So what I'm going to do is click on this picture. It selects it. I go up to the top where it says Modify. I am going to convert this to a bitmap. That changes how the picture is seen. And now I'm going to go up to Modify one more time, and I'm going to choose Break Apart. Now you can see all these little dots. These little dots mean that you can select a selection, press Delete, and it's gone. So now I'm actually just going to select outside of my stage and just kind of drag and delete the excess. I can always zoom out, Command minus, or zoom in, Command plus. Once you have your background set up, you can click on the lock to lock that layer, and then you can start putting in different sprites that you have created. So for example, I can bring in, I have to make sure I'm on the layer I want to be on. So if I go to my walking layer, I can bring in the walk. There's my little sprite. I can drag it down. If I hold Shift, it maintains its aspect ratio just right. And then I can move my playhead further out. In this case, I'm just going to move it to 48 seconds. I can insert a new frame right here, and I am going to do so on the background. Otherwise, the character's just on a blank space. So I now have this space. I can create a classic tween by right-clicking, and I can choose Create Classic Tween. Notice how there's these dashed lines. That's because there's no keyframe at the end. So I can right-click at the end, and I can choose Insert Keyframe. There's no longer dashed lines, but there's no movement. I have to move my character over to the end. So now, if I press Command Enter, you can see my character's just going around. Let's say I want my character to go around and maybe right here trips and falls. So what I can do is I can have my character go maybe to about right here, and I'm going to come to where it has the fall. I will now insert a keyframe. So I right-clicked and I choose Insert Keyframe. You can also do it up here. And I'm going to put in fall. So I drag this character onto the stage. I want to resize the character so it's about the same size as this guy. Now, once I do that, he's only there for that one frame. I have to come down to the end and I have to insert another frame. In fact, I should insert a keyframe. So if I press and hold, I have a keyframe. Now, I have the dinosaur walking. He gets to here, and then the sprite's going to change to the falling sprite. But I need to get rid of this extra sprite. So I can hold on Command on the keyboard. You can see how I get my double arrows when I have the Command button pressed. I can drag my keyframe just before. So now this dinosaur is going to go along right here. It'll disappear right there. And actually, I just noticed something. It's actually moving it all the way to the end here. So let me undo. Command Z. Before I do that, I want to come right where the dinosaur is here, and I'm going to insert a new keyframe. So I've inserted the keyframe. I can now just highlight and remove these keyframes. So if I right click, I choose remove frames, you will see that the dinosaur comes, he gets to this point, and then I'm going to add a classic tween. So I right click, create classic tween, and I'm going to have him move forward just a little bit right there. And you will see that as I play this, Command, return, he walks along, he trips, and he falls. But then he keeps falling because the number of frames I have here are too many. I can always select a portion of the frames, right click, and I can choose remove frames. Also, you will notice right here, there's two instances of the dinosaur at the same time. So I can press Command on the keyboard and I drag this back one space. So now if I preview it, Command return, you can see that he trips and he goes there. So this is how you can add in your background, make sure that it's locked. You can add in your sprites in different parts, have them do different things. Go ahead and experiment with this.